Good night again, Guyanese, back home. Now, when I use the word Guyanese, I have to wonder if I'm speaking to Guyanese. Because when I look upon the six people, the six nations, one claim they're Indian, and yes, the other one claim they're black people and they're Africans. The educated one, by the way, will use the word for what it is in a proper term. But we have to give the majority what belongs to them. Because from the time of Jesus to now, it's the majority that win in a vote. When they kill Jesus, even on to now. I want to make this clear and simple. I got a call today that the election commissioner department, someone said they need 155 days to count the vote, Region 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a blatant act against the democratic policy in any country. I have seen dictatorism in the making. I have looked at some lawyers, some others, commentator was talking about Mr. David Ranger was alleged involved in rigging the election under past Burnham time. If those things happen to be true, and there's pictures to prove when they were moving the ballot box as the GDF, then it needs to be questioned. But then, who knows if this did not happen for a reason? 1966, the Constitution was breached. Burnham ruled Guyana with an iron fist. Dr. Jagan was his advisor. Arthur Chung was kicked out less than 2 years after China gave hundreds of millions to Burnham government. And therefore, all those money was spindled and disappear. We have seen the worst of the PNC under Burnham. The most racial people in Guyana, and I say it without a fucking apology, is the black people. But 30% of you are genuine human being. God can open heaven door and said, welcome my children, the 30%, all the rest is garbage. And I said that without any grievancy, because you all are devious, wicked, treacherous like the Indian. You all believe that the color of your skin and this black power thing and white man enslave you, you can bully people and do what you like. But let me tell all of you something. The 1960s has come and gone. And that mistake in the 60s that happened in Mackenzie and other part of Guyana will not happen again. If you all try that shit this time, I'm sorry to tell you, you all would not like the awakening. So I call upon the Caribbean heads of government to stand up against what is happening. And at the same time, under the PNC, a lot of wrongs happened to Indian race and others. It was also alleged that Arthur Chung's daughter was raped in national service or the militia. But those things will come to surface in time. Plenty military men will take a lie detector test. Plenty police will have to be taken a lie detector test. And after we removed the PNC, when the young black brother Walter Rodney came about with Winnie and Dublin, and they were murdered for uniting these two races. Father Dark was even killed. Church of Israel was involved with Washington Rabbi, who was headed one of the greatest church in Agricola and other area, an American guy by the name of Mr. Hill, called himself Washington Rabbi. After Hike banned him from Guyana, Dr. Jagan pardoned him inside. My fellow brothers, I want to let you know clearly, you black people, the black ministers, them is not your friends and family. They don't care a hell about you, your wife and children. I am telling you here today, and listen to me for God's sake. Some of you are some of the greatest people, but you are destroying your children. You are bringing them into a wall to face starvation and pollution and corruption. And therefore you have to change. The late Walter Rodney said, if you don't have it in your head, you will feel it in your stomach. So you uneducated black people, ignorant as you might be and bullyism as you think, wake to hell up and unite for a better Guyana. So you, husband and wife and children, can have your own home. And $1 million US per family. A man, a wife, and a kid. Maybe you have more. I, George Correa, say it is possible. And you should have it. And you have to live as a decent human being. Let the African descendant of Africa be proud of you after they sold you to slavery. Let them see that you have some sort of ability to go forward. But you so hate the white man. And anything wrong with straight here. But don't get me wrong, I said 30% of y'all are genuine human beings. Some of the most loving people in Guyana are you, not 30% black people and the rest. Y'all need to wake up. But the Indian in the way, 99.99% malicious, corrupt, devious, treacherous. A snake don't even want to be close to y'all. You fight for land what don't belong to you. Right, Mr. Lal from Canaan? Right, Mr. Ali from Pakistan? And many more? And many Indian judges for a position. You will lock up innocent people. Even the DPP is guilty of crime. Well, for the DPP, assalamu alaikum to you and your husband. I am also a Muslim like you, but I'm not a fucking hypocrite. If Muhammad should be here today, he would stone you and your husband to death. You all are wicked, devious, and treacherous. You sell your soul for $1 and position. The money that Kuwait give to y'all, ask them why. It is I, George. Ask them who's the man named Khan when they were invaded by Saddam. Ask them who launched the big protest for them the first day it began. Today, y'all are collecting money and feeling happy, your Muslim brothers. And even if you're a Muslim or not and you get money, you must share it equally amongst the population of the country, not only for your religious people. So all of you are hypocrites, but I won't touch that. Allah will touch you and your family. Y'all are wicked, treacherous, and devious. But coming back to the coolie, I urge all you decent Indian, because you got a lot of decent one too, but majority wins, by the way. Y'all got to come together with the decent black man to save Guyana. If not, the Venezuelans are waiting. And soon as Trump finishes with Venezuela, Guyana will be nothing. And since y'all soldier and police like to kill, I would like to be in the country with my boots on to show why you won't shoot. Let it get to clean the fucking country out. Because y'all are devious and treacherous and wicked. Now don't get me wrong, you got some decent one. Those who believe in the teaching of the Almighty God. Wake up for God's sake. Guyana never had a court system. And this election, they should lock up the commission and all who involved. They have no respect for the constitution of the law of the country. And if they are breaking the laws, the constitution does not tell you you have a constitution or a government. Tell me, Claudette, Singh, Mr. Alexander, come on now. We think about that voodoo, you're not there no more. And Dr. Surajbali, all you hypocrites, if you all see what the Lord have in store for your grandchildren and children, y'all will drink poison. But every man and woman y'all lock up wrongfully, y'all gonna answer it. So for you, the police, I got a message to you. Don't lock up innocent people. Don't kill innocent people, these politicians. Because all 65 would have to take a lie detector test. Because if the election commissioner cannot accept the constitution, and the court rule in one way and they don't accept it, then you, the patriotic people, should come together with the decent military and police force and take control of the parliament, appoint a leader, form a National Front government, get Mr. Schumer involved, Lennox Schumer, as the head of his country, administered by others under him. And we will be able to bring Guyana forward. And I tell you one thing, the PPPC, PNC as APNU, they all will be history. I beg of you to come together quick. If not, y'all are in for a bad awakening. But for the killers, y'all are not going to escape it. Believe me, if y'all know what I know, plenty of you will drink poison. That 4 police that beat my son, go to the UN and the embassy and report it. And now we got enough but to save yourself and talk But the Kulima will pass the other to beat him and where it come from. We know it's who. But we giving that minister a chance to. Okay? Correct it quick. It's a curse to the country. Wake up, Guyanese. The best is yet to come. Long live Guyana. Only when Indian and Black can unite for a better country under God. Thank you.